Go on, Skipper George.
Blackpot, Coco Show, man.
This is the show. It's called the Blakk Pot, aka Kukushonomo. We are masters of Pan-Africanism on TV. Next, what does it say? Watch it. Healthcare for African footballers in focus. There is a gentleman called Didier Drogba. In fact, he led his nation, the Ivory Coast, to several feats in the past. Amid some controversies about some malfeasance with money and all that in recent times. But this was the guy everybody looked up to. Didier Drogba played for Chelsea. He played for some other wonderful teams. Remember he had that ponytail? In fact, I didn't like that ponytail at all because it made him look like, a woman, kind of. So I didn't really like it. But he used it to get a lot of attention. Today that ponytail is gone. Abedi Pele and the rest all had ponytails and all that. Players have a way of getting the attention of the people. This is Didier Drogba. He's lamenting about something. What is it? Didier Drogba calls for compulsory medical visits after footballers' death in Ivory Coast. So by all means, you have to go for medical visits. What does he mean by that? And this is from My Joy Online. Run it! Chelsea legend Didier Drogba has called for better medical checks to protect footballers in his native Ivory Coast after the death of a player during a top flight game. Racing Club d'Abidjan RCA defender Mustafa Silla, 21, collapsed during the match against Seoul FC on Sunday and was pronounced dead on the way to the hospital, according to his club. Video of the incident shows Silla stumbling before losing his balance and falling to the ground motionless near the center circle, prompting opposition players to call for medical assistance. RCA President Lagosina Cisse describes Silla as a rising star that left too soon, while the Ivorian Football Federation, FIF, led tributes on social media. In his moment of pain and emotion, FIF extends its deepest condolences to the family of the deceased, to the managers and players of RCA, as well as to the Ivorian football family, FIF wrote on Facebook. Patrice Motsepe, president of the Confederation of African Football, also expressed his shock at the tragic passing of such a young life who showed promise on the football field. Silla won the 2022 Malian title with Joliba AC before joining RCA in September. When will sports medicine arrive? Reacting to the death, former Ivorian captain Drogba demanded that players be offered more medical attention by footballing authorities. Condolences to Ivorian football, wrote Drogba, who last year lost a bid to run football in the Ivory Coast and whose international teammate Sheikh Tioti died following a cardiac arrest in China back in 2017. 3 details of Ivorian professional league players in less than 4 years. Where are the compulsory medical visits for each professional player? The blood tests, the ECGs, the stress tests. When will sports medicine arrive? Another death in South Africa. Meanwhile, football fans in South Africa are also mourning the passing of a top-flight player. Richards Bay midfielder Shifamandla Ntolo collapsed during training on Tuesday. Dash it away. We also remember in Nigeria, the Super Eagles RASTA head player, as they say, the dreadlock player of the Super Eagles, also collapsed and died. We all remember, don't we? What Drogba is saying is very simple. Every football authority in Africa, he is just talking about the Ivory Coast, must make sure that all his players, both international and local, come home at a special time for medical checkup. All of them. It doesn't matter what team you play for, whether you are in Europe or in Africa, everybody must come, both local and foreign. So you'll be checked, and your medical status checked up and given to your team. Now, this is important. This is why I chose it. African players never see themselves to be playing football until they leave the shores of Africa. They are all doing so well to go to Europe and play football there. If they don't play in Europe, then they are not playing football. We all know that, right? Come here. We all know that. When they go there, they kill themselves more. They are overworked. They do not want to lose anything, so they kill themselves. They are almost like slaves. When you go out there and you are so much in a hurry to prove your worth, sometimes you forget your health. And these are the things that end up taking our lives. My brother, what Drogba has said is very important. Now, the Ghana Football Association, GFA, or is it an authority? Ghana Football Authority. Do we have that kind of policy? Or the fact that we have our players playing in Europe, we leave their health and everything to the Europeans. Remember, they were sold out of this country. We also have an interest in keeping them alive. Think about it.
Go on, Skipper George.
Blakk Coco Show.